Hello everyone, you are welcome to the last video in this series on how do we manage string variables in Python. Recall in one of our earlier videos we talked about f-string notation when you are formatting output, and that was when we talked about first name being Bill and then last name, this is last name being Clinton. We ran through this scenario and we said it's possible for you to say the result is going to be, or you want to print the result basically. You want to say print, and then you come in and say F notation, first name is first name, and last name will be last name. We saw this and it worked in a very simple manner for us. Then we equally had a separate way of doing this when we picked the format method, and we said rather than using F here, take the F away, don't put the variable name in these placeholders, rather come to the end of the quote and put format there, and in your parentheses you send in the variables in the sequence in which you conceptualize them. So this will be first name comma last name. You can have as many variables as you want in here, and if you run this code you should have the results as expected. Awesome. Now, is this the best we can do when we are handling Python? No, especially when it comes to decorating our results in some situations. So let me show you something else that we may have. Let's say you are writing a program where your output is going to be tabular in nature, and this is what I mean. You want to be able to print something like serial number, and then after serial number you want to be able to print item. After that you want to be able to print unit price. Then you want to space this, be able to say quantity, space this, and be able to print amount. This is what I have in mind. Now when you run this you get a result, but not exactly what you have in mind. I have manually pushed all of these elements to separate them from one another. How else could we have done this? There is a smarter way of going about this. Someone can come in here and say /t /t. That will keep two tabs separating serial number from item. Then I'll say /t/t. It will give me two tabs separating item from unit price. I can do /t/t. That will separate quantity from unit price by two tabs, and I can do three tabs for this. So instead of manually pushing space, in fact I can push this to 3. For item also I can push to 3, and when I run this code I see my serial number here. Let's clean this up a bit so that there won't be any confusion. Drag this a little bit up and then run that code again. So you can see serial number is standing out from item, which is standing out from unit price, quantity, and the amount is on that side. So when I see this, a part of me says I can reduce the space between serial number and my item to this, and the space between unit price and quantity I can also drop one of the tabs. A tab will give you like 3 to 5 characters. Sometimes I think it's 3, sometimes it works as 5. It depends on the default character set you have on your computer. So I've adjusted the code and I'm having everything within my view now. Okay, it looks cluttered, so clean screen, run this again. So I have serial number, item, unit price, quantity, and amount. And if you have written a program that is capable of getting all of the values for these amounts or for these variables, you can play around, laying them underneath, and then everything will come out clean. Now, when it comes to decorating this output, this is not the best we can do. For instance, I can say create a space between that upper part and this so that Clinton will not be seen directly on top of, you know, this output. So when I put that space there, it gives an extra line separating the two segments, which is quite okay for me. But that's not the end of my story. I can come in here and say print asterisk. Print asterisk. How many times? Let me try with 50 times. I don't know how long that character set is going to be. And it says, oh, you want me to print asterisk 50 times? I just put, what is wrong here? Ah, I am supposed to put asterisk times 50. My bad. So asterisk times 50, it puts this line up there. Maybe I need 25 more. So I'll go to 75. I run the code again. It's almost there. Maybe I go to 85. You can count to avoid wasting your time. Oh, almost 86. And if I have 86 at the top, I can as well come to the lower part of it, have 86 here, run the code again, and we have a more befitting, output, unlike before that everything looked cluttered. So when I run this code again, this is what my header is going to look like, and people can begin to, enhance the quality of what they want their output to be like. This is another way in which you can format your string to give you a more befitting output. We can go on and on decorating our screen, but I have time to chase. I need to tell you something equally exciting. Slicing strings. This can be a little bit weird in its default sense, but let's keep it simple. Recall we declared a variable called sports, and we said it's a string object, and we kept football in it. What else can we do with this? We've been maneuvering it, converting it to upper, changing the case, searching for characters, but that's not what we want to do this time around. I want us to slice football, but you can't slice football if you do not understand the way string handles the slicing. And that is what I want to show you in the next few minutes. So look at this content. Start counting from 0, 1, 2, down to the last element. So if someone is asking you here, which is, I need to print sport, and then give me this. If you look at this notation, what I am saying here is I want to print everything that is in sport. And if I run this, it will give me football. That's simple. That prints everything in football for me. If I make a copy of that and I go down here and I'm looking at it, I'm like, start from position 2. 2 meaning 0, 1, 2. Go all the way and print whatever you see there. So you can see it gives me oat ball. That is a possibility. It is also possible for you to say, start from the beginning, but I need you to stop at character 5. Not 5 per se, but the character before it. So you start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will stop at B. If I run this, I get foot B. That is a possibility for you. And it's possible for you to say, Ibrahim, I don't know what you are doing. How about you go show me the last character in my string? This is going to be L. If I run this, it jumps to the end of the character set here. So this last character is at -1. The next L is at -2. Don't jump up. Undo. This is at -3. This is -4, -5, -6, -7, and -8. When you count on the reverse side, that notation is also possible. So if I say, give me, sorry, I'm supposed to print. If I say print -4 for me, this is a way of saying go to this string, count 4 characters from the rare. I want to see the 4th character from the very rare here, and it tells me that is B, and that is true. This is character -1, character -2, character -3, and then B is your character -4. We need to know how to do this. Is that the only option that we have? No, there is a separate notation that you can equally use, and this is going to be, this may be a little bit mind-blowing. Let's reverse all of the characters that we have in football. I'll put -1 in here, and I will run the command. And this is football reversed. I said go to the last part and start counting backward from that position, and that's why you see LLABTOOF. So this is the reversal. This is it mirror image? Yes, this is the mirror image of football. You can have that being done for you. Is that the only thing we can do? No. It's possible for you to say start from the 3rd character, end at -1, which is the last character, but I need you to jump 2 steps at a time. Watch that construct. This is the start position. This is the end position, not including this. It's supposed to end at this L. Then I need it to jump 2 characters at a time when it is moving. And when I run this, you see it. The first one is O, which is this. Then it jumps 2 steps. It skips T, it comes to B. It jumps 2 steps, it skips A, it comes to A. And that's how I got OBL. It's an extremely powerful way of working with your string. There is another approach that some other people will use, which you may not be so familiar with. I'll just give you a simple implementation of that. For instance, someone can say S1 is, I want to slice my data this way. That's the slice that is needed. And then we can now go and say sport and then apply S1 to it. I think this should work for me. Just hold on a second. I should be able to print the results. And then let's see what we will have. It says full because we said go up to 3. That's character 4. Technically, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, and give us up to that. So you can use this other approach as well, and you can denote all these other slices, this angular bracket with all the notations. You can put them in your slice, apply it to your variable, and you'll see interesting patterns emerge in your string. This is an extremely powerful feature of string manipulation, and I think you will enjoy making use of it. So in this final demo, I've shown us how you can further manipulate string with respect to laying the content out in a very beautiful manner on your screen using this notation on lines 9 through 12. And then we went ahead to slice our data. You practice more with this, you get better with it. Thanks a lot. It's been a wrap talking about strings. We need to take a break from strings. I'm going to post an exercise later in the day that we will work on. It's going to be a challenge on string, and after that we'll start talking about numbers. Thanks a lot for being a part of this. I'm delighted to be here. Bye.